Hey everybody, welcome to my broadcast. Hello, it is Debbie Sardone, and if you're listening on the replay, you're wondering who I am. I own a $1 Million maid service near Dallas, Texas. Hello, AB Cleaning, I missed your name. Dav Sav, good to see you. Thanks for joining me. Say hello if this is your very first time. Tell me your first name, type it in the chat. Christy Moses, good to see you. Thanks for joining me. And if it's your first time on my broadcast, just type your first name in. Hello, Denise. Shar 802, thanks for joining me. Thank you for the hearts. Give me some hearts. I appreciate that. Amy S. Bell, good to have you. Hey, Davlin. Oh, Davsav. Good to see you. Thanks for letting me know. You know I'll forget what that handle is and who you are. Gator, good to have you. Thanks for joining me. Clean of Hearts, hello. How are you, sweetie? We do need to talk. Yes, everyone should have a mastermind group to be a part of. You better believe it. And I'm going to talk a little bit about mastermind groups and the value of a mastermind group and what they actually are and what we do in them. But for those of you who are on my broadcast for the very first time, or you're listening on the replay, make sure you tap that little Perry dude in the corner and follow me. Hands on cleaning. Hey, thanks for joining me. Make sure you follow me because I try to Periscope almost every day and give business tips for your business. And Westley, good to have you. Hey, oh yeah, hey, Clean Up Hearts, Glazers. Oh boy, the names are coming in so fast I can't say hello quick enough. So if you want me to say hello, just type your name in there so I can name you by name. For those who, again, I keep getting sidetracked. If you don't know who I am, I own a $1 Million maid service. If you need help with your cleaning business, hey Ryan, thanks for joining me. Chris Armstrong, thanks for joining me. If you need help with your cleaning business, if you've ever wanted to start a cleaning business, I have one of the largest independent cleaning services in the country, and I do business consulting and training. I work with maid service owners all over the world to help them grow and improve their business and help them fix their employee turnover and fix their profitability. And if you need help with your business, just go to debbiesardone.com and click on the consulting tab and fill that out, and we'll contact you about a free consult to analyze your service and see how I can help you. If you'd like my tips, if you want to know when I'm forming a new mastermind group or just some of the tips that I can provide, go to my email list and you go to debbiesardone.com/free tips and sign up to be on my emails. Hello, C. Williams. Who is that? C. Williams 83. Tell me your first name. But thanks for joining me. Let's talk a little bit about mastermind groups because a lot of people don't even know what they are and they don't know how they work or why they're important. My hair is really funky today. But people don't always know how beneficial a mastermind group can be. And I would say, especially with the internet and cell phones, that you can bring experts from around the world closer to you. You don't have to be Charnel in Atlanta. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. So glad you're on here. You can bring experts closer to home with the internet and with webinars and cell phones. You don't literally have to be in the same town anymore as you used to with consultants and mastermind groups and so forth. And a mastermind group is basically an opportunity for you to be involved in a group setting, usually either on the phone or in person. I have a mastermind group that I facilitate here in my community with business owners. And when I do it by phone with cleaning business owners that are around the country or around the world, it's by phone or by webinar. And the whole purpose of a mastermind group for a business owner is to help you stay strategic. Because most of us, you're working in your business day in, day out, you're grinding it out. Hello, Maid Zone. I haven't seen you on here in a while. I have missed you. Welcome back. Good to see you. Missed you on the call the last couple of times. We were singing your praises over that recommendation that you made. Anyway, so a lot of times, most of the time, business owners get so bogged down with the day-to-day grind. They are grinding it out. They are working sun up to sundown. They are making money and making deals and hiring employees and booking new clients and increasing sales. And there is no time to be strategic. There is no time to look into the future, to plan growth instead of just react to growth. Hey, Leanne, good to see you. So glad you're here. Yeah, hey, Braxton. So what happens is you get so busy grinding it out in your business, you don't have time anymore to be strategic. And eventually that catches up with you, and your growth will plateau, or certain things will stop working in your business. They just don't work. It's like, wow, that used to work months ago or years ago, but now it's not working anymore. What's happening? And I'll give you an example. I was on a call today with one of my clients that took my Cleaning Business Fundamentals course when it was named something else, Never Clean Again University. She took it almost 4 years ago when she was starting her cleaning business. And she had all the information to set it up right. And she was doing so many things right. I mean, she's doing well. She is at least drawing a paycheck. She's paying herself like $4,000 a month. So she's not doing bad. But she should be at double. She should be at double. And I said, what's holding you back? What is the problem? And she said, my number one problem is employees. I can't find good employees. And when I do find a good one, they end up quitting on me. They end up saying, I'm just so tired. This job is so hard. I got to quit. And she said, maybe I work them too hard. Maybe I'm giving them too much work and I'm wearing them out. I'm tiring them out. And I already knew the answer to my question. I just knew it because I've worked with so many business owners for the last 10 years doing consulting. I knew the answer before I asked it, but I wanted her to get to the answer on her own. And what is that? Let's see, 8D, 8, I don't know. But anyway, I knew that she needed to get to the answer on her own. And she said, maybe I'm just wearing them out. And I said, okay, I noticed on your survey that you told me that half of your employees are part-time. I said, so which ones are the ones that are quitting on you? And she said, well, it's my part-timers. And I said, so how is it that you're wearing them out? Because she's second-guessing herself. Do I give them too much work? Am I running them off? And I said, so the ones that are quitting on you are the ones who are part-time. And she said, yeah, I guess that doesn't make sense. I said, no, it doesn't make sense. I said, they're not quitting on you because you're wearing them out. So the way she's thinking of solving her problem is giving people less work. And I said, you'll only make your problem worse. And I asked her a series of questions, and I could hear in the answers that she gave me, she had deviated so much from one of the core elements that I teach in my Cleaning Business Fundamentals course. The core element, the one concept that I teach that is worth the price of the entire course. She had totally blown it. She got it all upside down and backwards and was implementing it totally incorrectly. And I said, I am telling you right now, I know exactly why your employee turnover has gotten out of control. And you told me almost 2 years ago, you weren't having this problem, and now you are. And well, 2 years ago, she was following my concept much more closely. And now over time, it has eroded, and she has made changes. And people in her life have told her, oh, you're just paying them too much, because she's had trouble. People that call in sick, and people that do a bad job, and people that have a bad attitude, and people that show up late. And so because she's had problems, she's had employee chaos, and others, outsiders, are saying, you're paying them too much. So she's dropped how she's paid her incoming staff, new staff, and consistent with what she's done, she also has more employee turnover, and it has nothing to do with her working them too hard. They don't quit because they're tired. I told her, I said, they quit because your job is not worth it. Oh my God. Oh, what a loser. I said, your staff is telling you by voting that your job is not worth it. That's what they're telling you. They don't want to say that to your face. Yeah, I know, Braxton, aren't they losers? Losers. They don't want, but that was kind of humorous. They don't want to tell you as they're on their way out the door, because they like you as a business owner. They don't want to say, hey, your job isn't worth it. That's why I'm quitting. So instead, you know what they do? They make up, oh, good Lord. They make up excuses like, I'm too tired, this job's too hard, or I I've got car issues, or I lost my babysitter. You know, they make up issues. But the bottom line is, if you have employees that are quitting left and right, there's only one common denominator. One common denominator, it's you. Your company isn't worth working for. They don't want to stay. And that can be fixed. And so why is a mastermind group important? Because she and I should have been working together, even if we didn't continue our one-on-one consultings. For the last 3.5 years, as she has grown her business and implemented, she's allowed things to erode in terms of setting it up right at the fundamental level. And if she were in a mastermind group, every single month, we would be on the phone in a group setting, solving problems, staying strategic. The first time something were to spike in terms of problems or chaos, employee turnover or price-only customers, when those problems were to spike, we would be addressing it head on before it got out of control in a mastermind group. So what is a mastermind group? Generally, they're about 2 hours long. Generally, it's subscription-based. You pay once a month, and you're on the call or a webinar with a group of other cleaning business owners that are not in your competitive market. So no overlapping competitors whatsoever can be in the group, because you need to feel comfortable speaking freely and sharing your business problems and situations. And so a mastermind group is a group of business owners, maybe about 12 at the most, and you have kind of a requirement and some rules. You need to attend. You need to be at these groups on the phone. So you have to set aside this 2-hour block of time every single month. I mean, hello, one night a month or 1 2-hour time block a month is not that hard if you want to grow your business. Now, you can always come up with a million reasons why you can't make it, but you shouldn't. Yes, there's another estimate you could go on. Yes, there's another phone call you could take. When does your next one start? My next one is, I was supposed to start in April, but I've put it off, and I think we're going to start it in May. But you definitely should consider it, especially if you're in my Cleaning Business Fundamentals course and you didn't buy a certain level that includes you in the mastermind group. But it's generally about 2 hours after the course. Yes, it's after the course. It generally lasts 2 hours, and my style is I do kind of like a lecture each month on a very high-level principle that business owners need to stay focused on. Principles like creating a business that runs without you. Principles like the compounding effect of daily disciplines that we do in our business. Principles like the DISC analysis. We talk about the behavioral styles of the business owner and the office manager and the different people that you will interact with, and how that affects you in your business, and how you need to understand the different behavioral styles, whether you take a DISC analysis test for yourself or you just read up on it on the internet. But so we go through a very strong business concept every single month, spend maybe an hour on it, and then we spend an hour solving problems, talking to the business owners either about the topic that we just addressed or random topics like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden my profitability is tanking. You know, my gross margin is shrinking. What do I do? What do I do? It doesn't matter. It can be a random question or it can be tied to that topic of the day. I like to have a topic because it does spur conversation, but the point of a mastermind group is to keep you strategic. And I will tell you, in my business, I spent many years, hey, Hands on Clean, I spent many years being so tactical in my business. I mean, I'm just grinding it out. I'm a hard worker. I spent many years, answering the phones, booking estimates, and hiring employees, and disciplining employees, and writing manuals, and writing memos, and writing marketing campaigns. I was just grinding it out. Just work. And I wasn't strategic. And there are things that I wish I had started doing 20 years ago that I only started doing 10 years ago. And some things I only started doing maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And obviously it's never too late to move forward. It is never too late to get better, ever. But why wait 10 years? Why spend 10 years in the weeds of your company and never being strategic? If you know, I talk a lot about, let me see if I can find it. I talk a lot about one of my favorite books of all time, which is The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. In fact, I have it over here on my desk. my messy desk here. The E-Myth by Michael Gerber, one of my favorite books of all time. And he talks about the entrepreneurial myth and your EMT score. What is your EMT score? And so EMT stands for entrepreneur, manager, and technician. What is your EMT score? And you know, if you're working in your business, now I happen to be an absentee owner, so I am a little bit of an unusual situation, but most business owners are in the business, working in it, and trying to grow it. Mine has reached a size that I'm satisfied with, so we're not trying to grow it, we're trying to maintain it. But what is your EMT score? And as long as you're working in your business, there should be a balance, actually. There should be a balance. It wouldn't be all entrepreneurial. It wouldn't be all strategic. If you're working in your business and trying to reach certain growth levels, then sometimes you're going to be a bit of a technician. And I don't mean you go out and clean a house, but that might mean you're filing papers or answering phones or doing estimates. You're kind of a technician in the business. You're like this employee who works for yourself. You're the boss of you. And then you're the manager. So you put on a different hat and you're the manager. You're managing staff. You're managing processes. You're managing systems. You're managing growth. That's when you put on your manager's hat. And sometimes you have to take off your manager's hat and you have to go back to being a technician. And that would be the payroll technician. You're figuring payroll. So you have all these different roles that you play in your business, and there needs to be a balance. You don't want to be all technician, and those are the people that are stuck in the field still cleaning after 10 years, and they can't get out of the field. They're still technicians full time. You want to move up to being a manager, and then you want to move up to being an entrepreneur, where you're staying strategic, and you're thinking big picture, and you're planning growth, and you're solving problems. That book was amazing. Isn't that the best book? I love this book. Thank you for saying that. It's such a good book. And you're solving problems. But when you're growing a business, hey, hi from Paris. When you're growing a business, you're going to be in all three of these roles. And what they suggest is just keep a balance. So maybe a third of your time, your goal would be a third of your time is to be entrepreneurial. Thinking about the big picture, thinking about what's next for your company, thinking about the next program, the next innovation. And when I was entrepreneurial, when I still worked in my business, I planned and executed Cleaning for a Reason. Hello, Renee, beautiful. I planned and executed my consulting business. And I planned and executed higher level marketing programs. So it's maybe spend a third of your time being entrepreneurial. Just thinking more big picture and strategic and problem solving. And then a third of your time managing. You're managing the processes. You're managing the day. You're managing the funds. You're managing the people. And then a third of your time being a technician. You're answering the phones. You're filing the paperwork. You're figuring the payroll. So these are some of the things that we talk about. Bonjour. These are some of the things that we talk about in a mastermind group. It helps you stay strategic. Do you know your EMT score? Do you know your DISC score? What do you think is the difference between a maid service and a housekeeping service? There isn't a difference. It's just terms. House cleaning company. Kiss to Paris. I love Paris. Such a beautiful, fun city. Exciting city that never sleeps. There's no difference. House cleaning company, maid service, housekeeping company. It's just semantics. It's all the same. Just depends on what is your name in your company. Not too many people use the word housekeeping anymore, but there's nothing wrong with that word. It's a great word. So back to my point. Mastermind groups, if they're good ones, now I'm sure there's crummy and weak facilitators and there's strong facilitators. I'm a strong facilitator because I'm very industry specific. If somebody is in my mastermind group who owns a cleaning service, they are going to get tangible specific solutions to their cleaning business problems, whether it's problems with growth, problems with employee retention, problems with pricing, net profitability, owner's crappy pay, whatever. You're going to get very specific help from me. But you're also going to get strategic help because I want to help you think in the long term. I don't want you as a business owner to always be thinking about today and today's moment and just today's dollar. You need to be thinking about tomorrow's thousands of dollars. Otherwise, tomorrow will just be a few dollars too. And so mastermind groups, they are phenomenal. And then the last point about a mastermind group, it's interactive. Each other shares things they've learned, new apps and software programs that they've discovered. They share ideas. You know, it doesn't matter how big your business is or how small your business is. Each one of you are really smart, which is why you started your business, because you believed in yourself. You knew you were smart, and you're really creative, and you have ideas that I don't have, and you have concepts that nobody else has, and that's why we never have overlapping competitors in the mastermind group. And so you share and you give, because it's not a group where you just take. You're not supposed to just be a sponge soaking up everything in a mastermind group. You're supposed to soak it up and share, soak it up and share. So that's the whole point of a mastermind group. And if you're not on my email list, you will not know when I start my mastermind group, and you won't have access to the registration link to join it. But if you are interested, you need to go to DebbieSardone.com/free tips. And Cruiser Man, good to see you. You need to join my email list. Make sure you follow me on Periscope if you never want to miss a single broadcast. Davlin, it's always so good to see you and good to hear you. You know what, Davlin, you should be in the mastermind group. And this was what I talked about at the last field trip. I decided instead of, we're talking about the cleaning business, how to make $1 million cleaning houses. I decided instead of just having a coaching group that I wanted to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit better and create more of a mastermind group, because I think the business owners will benefit from it. So let me wrap up my story by saying the woman that I spoke with today that we hadn't done consulting with in 3.5 years, over time, the fundamentals of her business began to erode in a couple of areas. And those 2 areas are not working for her. I would love to be in the group. Well, I would love to have you in the group. So over time, these concepts, if you know how to run your business, eventually some of those concepts will erode. You won't even notice that you're not following the formula. You're not following the proven method, and you've just kind of gotten away from it. And every cleaning business owner that I've worked with that has called me because they were struggling and we hadn't had consultations in months or years is always because they forgot a core principle that is absolutely necessary to have a smooth business and a successful business. Do I need to take your course before joining the mastermind group? I would highly recommend it. Do you own a cleaning business? C. Williams, was that Christy? I forgot who you said you were again. Now I've already, sorry. See, I told you I'd forget. You own a cleaning business. What's your first name? Do I know who you are? What city and state are you in? I apologize. I recommend that you take my Cleaning Business Fundamentals course, because you'll ask, let's see, I don't own one. You don't own one. Well, if you did, you'd want to hire me to help you. But if you're thinking about starting a cleaning business, or if you are really a small cleaning business and you're struggling, especially if the owner is still out in the field cleaning, or you only have 2 or 3 employees and you can't figure out how to make this thing work, you should absolutely take the Cleaning Business Fundamentals. It is the best course you will find. I promise you, I'm not just saying that to toot my own horn. There isn't another course out like mine. I'm so specific. Oh, Charnel, yes, I love that name. It's so beautiful. We spoke a few. Yes, I know we did. Oh, you were pregnant the last time we spoke. Well, congratulations. But if you're not at a certain level and you're really at the basics of your business and it's not really working right and you haven't been able to scale and grow it, and you have a cleaning business, you definitely should take Cleaning Business Fundamentals. I give you access to the first 2 sections, which is several videos. The first 2 sections, so you can kind of try before you waive your right to a refund. But then after the 2 sections, there are no refunds, because you get probably 2/3 of what you need in the first half of my videos. And then the second half is just stuff you're going to need eventually as you grow. But the first half is just full of basic fundamental information just to set up the foundation to succeed in this business. And I've never, ever had one student go through it that said they were dissatisfied and wanted a refund. Never. They've never had anybody say, this is not what I was looking for. This is not good information. This will not help me. Everyone has always said this is really good. So if you're interested in that, make sure you get on my email list, debbiesardone.com/free tips. If you are interested in the Mastermind Group and you want to get on my email list, let's see, where did I invest to clean up bodies? If you want a free consult, then you can go to Debbie Sardone and click on the consulting tab and just fill out some information about you and your business, and I'll be happy to talk with you. Could you email me that flyer about the program I wanted to show my husband? Yes. Did I not send that to you? I thought I sent that to you yesterday. So worth the money. Oh, thank you, Hands on Clean. Thank you. Thank you. You were so sweet. Tell me your first name, Hands on Clean. Trying to figure out who that is. These handles, I never have first names to go with the handles, and I get confused. So you didn't get it. Well, I apologize. Boy, did I ever drop the ball. I wonder if it's sitting in my drafts, because I know I worked on it, but maybe I never sent it. So my bad. Thank you for the reminder, and I will send that before I head out for wine tasting tonight. So anyway, Denise, good to see you. Happy Friday, and I'll see you on the call next Tuesday. And guys, have a wonderful weekend, and clean up. Take care. Bye, Davlin. Good to see you.